In all my 10 years of reviewing watches on YouTube, this is the first time I have had such a negative reaction to a watch when unboxing it. Normally, even if I don't like the watch, I'll review it because there might be things that I don't like about it, that you like about it, so I try and be as objective as possible. But I just couldn't live with this one, especially considering that I'd spent $900 on this on the Timex website. This is going to be a bit rough and ready because all I did was the unboxing. I think this watch was in the house a maximum of 3 hours. We'll go through the unboxing. You'll see towards the end why I dislike this watch so much. So let's just dive into it. I've been really looking forward to this. So it came like this, wrapped in the cellophane, just in an outer cardboard box. You can see there's a battery on the outside, which is just telling us that that's the quartz version inside. There is also a mechanical one as well. Now, this was a little bit of a splurge for me for a Timex. This was over $800 on their website. As you can see, this is the first time that I'm seeing this as well. So let's take the cellophane off. We're opening it together. So now we have the inner box, which this is just cardboard, and it has Legacy of Modernity written on the side. I don't know if that's the slogan for the Atelier brand. Ooh, that's pretty cool. This looks like a travel case or something. Let's just put this other box to one side. If this is like a faux leather, I think it's not real leather. There's a little badge on the front. Oh, well, it's quite stiff to open. Let's see if we can pull it. How does it open? Okay, that was just really stiff. So let's just open it up. Okay, they're building up the anticipation here. There's a bit of extra foam. Let's remove that. There's the watch. So here it is, the $800 Timex. Even though it's stainless steel, it feels very, very light. This, of course, is a chronograph version. We can see it ticking away. It already came running, so there wasn't any little tab in there or anything. Let's take the wrapping off. Oh, I've got to do this bit on camera, of course. This is the front protective film. There we go. Wow, okay. That is really, really reflective under the studio lights. There is a slight dome to this crystal, so I wonder if there's no AR coating on it. That would be annoying. There is a butterfly clasp here. This is just a friction close, so it just clips. There's no push button. It literally is a friction. There is also a quick release. Let's try and adjust this, and then we'll go through and try it on. Okay, so to adjust this, you have the links with the symbols on, and then the instructions show that you pull it to one side and twist it. Yeah, so you twist and pull it. Very easy. There you go. The link is now fully out. So you pull it and then you just remove as many links as you want from there. Let me just keep going and get it resized for my particular wrist. Twist and resize. The case is quite interesting. It does have this deep cutout in there. I don't think that was immediately obvious from the pictures online. There is quite a deep etching, which has a nice look to it. The links also have a sandblasting section on their recessed sections as well. So I've removed all the links now. Let's go over sort of first impressions. First of all, clearly there is no AR coating on this. It's really reflecting the studio lights. Let's get my other Timex, which is a deep sea. Here they are both side to side. Now, there is a little bit of reflection on the deep sea, but it's diffusing it a lot better. Now, this is a flat sapphire crystal, but that is pretty bad, that reflection. I'm pretty sure there's no AR coating on that. That is going to be really annoying if that's the case. The links were very easy to remove. I like this quick, easy, spring-loaded link adjustment system. The bracelet feels solid, but it doesn't feel the most premium of bracelets that you would expect on an $800 watch, but it does fit nicely. Nice integrated lugs. There is one issue, though, that I found. If I put it on my wrist now, I'll show you. My wrist is a 7.2-inch wrist, and I've adjusted it to my wrist size. There is literally only one extra more link that could possibly be taken off, and it's lopsided because I've had to take more links off one side. You can't take even links off, so it is a little bit lopsided, but only one more link can be removed. So if you've got a slightly smaller wrist, I think this might cause an issue. You might struggle with this. So the watch has a screw-down crown. The watch has running seconds and then the recessed chronograph, sort of panda style or reverse panda style. 100 meters water resistance. Let's just action the chronograph. Nice snap to the chronograph. There it goes, ticking around. There's a tachymeter on the outside as well. But that reflection is wild. So there you go. There was the unboxing. Clearly, I just couldn't live with how reflective that crystal was. But did I overreact? Let me know in the comments section down below. I will give top marks for Timex's customer services. As soon as I went on their chat, let them know that I was disappointed with the watch. They processed it, and within 20-30 minutes, they'd issued the return label. I returned the watch there and then, maximum of 3 hours in the house, and then they refunded me as soon as it had got scanned in at the local post office. So top marks for the ease of being able to return this watch. So 10 out of 10 for that. 1 out of 10 for the crystal, especially on these premium ones. Were you looking forward to this watch? Do you own this watch and don't see this AR coating as a problem? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you subscribed, and I'll see you next time on Casual Watch Reviews. Thanks, guys. Bye.